What's good, guys? Make sure you hit the like button on your way in. Subscribe to the channel. This is cutting edge content. Guys, you don't get this type of content everywhere where people are just bust out alive and talk about fantasy football starts and sits or whatever you need, sleepers. That's what I do here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There we go. There we go. YouTube. What's good, guys? It's your boy TD, and I'm back again with another live, guys. And today's live is going to be on Don't Bench These Guys. And the reason why I'm doing this video in particular, guys, because even with myself, sometimes I want to be like, well, who do I, should I bench this guy or not? Or is this guy going to have a really good role this week? So I want to tell you, I want you to be confident in your starts and sits. That's why I'm here. I'm not telling you who to play. I'm not the smartest guy in the world. I do know fantasy football. I hope that doesn't offend anybody. But to me, guys, I think you need confidence in making your plays, right? Hey, should I play this guy? I don't know because of this. No, play this guy. It doesn't matter what his points is. You don't play the guy for the points. You play him because of the situation. That's how you make the move. You don't vest into a stock because you see where the money is at. You vest into the stock because you know where the world is going to, what type of technology we moving forward with. Same thing with fantasy football. You know that tight ends are getting hyper targeted in today's game because that's where the mismatch is at. So trust your guys. Trust the guys. What's going on, Aaron Holloway in the building? We got Joel in the building. Yes, sir. Bill killed me too, Joel. Hey, it was a good play. Austin Eckler went down and they put Jeremy Nichols in. It's nothing you can do about that, bro. Take it on the chin and keep it moving. It was the right play. And I'm not saying it's the right play because I said it's the right play. I'm saying it's the right play. But damn, Austin Eckler got hurt and you still didn't use him? Y'all was down, you still didn't use Bill? Like, when you gonna use Bill? You know you need Bill. Y'all even deactivated Chris Rodriguez, and you've traded Brian Robinson for whatever the reason, whatever the coaches see, maybe Bill is not ready to protect Jaden Daniels. And that's why I always tell you about rookie running backs. Sometimes they don't get the start early in the season or the carries early in the season because the coaches don't trust them to do the small things, which is protect the ball, pick up the blitz, be able to know all the plays, all the situational calls. Sometimes that happens. Nifty in the building. Uh-oh. Guys, let's get the likes. So we got 25 people and we only got 5 likes. Come on now. Let's go. Let's go. Aaron Holloway said, do you think Bill will be the starter now? I think so. I believe so. But who am I, right? I don't know what the hell is going to happen. But I believe he will be the starter. George says, Bill killed me last night, but I know he's now the RB in Washington backfield. Right. Big facts. Aaron Holloway says, good afternoon. Yes, sir, Aaron. George says, yes, sir. Andre in the building. I see you, Andre. I see you, Manuel. All right, let's get started. So y'all know, listen, I got 5 guys, but listen, I got a bonus guy. So make sure you watch the whole video. I got a bonus guy. Yes, sir. Okay, so let's begin, guys. My number 5 guy that I think that you should not be benching this guy, you should be trusting, it's going to be Jameson Williams from the Detroit Lions. And listen, let me tell you, y'all know how I do my breakdowns. The reason why I'm trusting Jameson Williams is, well, what do Detroit do? Go out and give it to David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs 45 times? Or do you try to take the top off the defense to open things up for the run game? That's what they need to do. Jameson Williams only had 3 to 4 targets. Or was it like 5 targets? You don't give Jameson Williams $80 million to give him 5 targets. So we all know something is going on with Detroit. Is it just being? No, but somebody need to learn from being. Somebody needs to know how to implement these players and keep the thing rolling. I understand that we lost 2 or 3 linemen in the middle, but you cannot sit around and give Jameson Williams no 4 or 5 targets. So the next evolution for this offense, the reason why they struggled week 1, nobody could take the top off. Jared Goff couldn't push the ball downfield. Now listen, was that because of Michael Parsons? That probably was because of Michael Parsons. So we get that. Green Bay, we see what Green Bay just did to one of the best young quarterbacks in the game. So we know that Green Bay, that's a game, that's an outlier game. That's why I always tell y'all, don't panic. Don't panic, guys. And I'm not, don't be so, don't listen. Who am I talking to? Because I'm the choir. Sometimes I can be sensitive, if you want to use that word. But don't be so sensitive. I'm not coming at any of you. I'm trying to coach you up. Remember, I play sports, so I come at you like a coaching mentality. It's nothing personal, but trust it. So you have to put Jameson Williams into the game, into your lineup, because this is the only way that Detroit is going to move the ball at this point in time of their career. They not just going to run it and be a 70% run team. So you have to get the safeties back, because other than that, you come and stop that run. I'm not going to let Jahmyr Gibbs beat me. But guess what? I'm going to make Jameson Williams beat me. So, guys, you got to play Jameson Williams just because of the flow chart. That's why they paid him. I'm not going to sit there and say, well, you should start him because they paid him. No, the reason why they paid him because they need him to back up the safeties. So trust Jameson Williams and just start him. Don't try to overanalyze it. Well, he only had 5 targets last week, and he said he couldn't separate, and they said all that stuff doesn't matter. Keep it simple. Occam Razor. Guys, and I got some shirts coming for you. Shout out to B-Tone. He sent one of my subscribers sent me some shirts. And guys, I love them. They call Occam Razor shirts. And it's just keeping it simple. You playing Jameson Williams because you know that they need to push the ball downfield. It's that simple. And he's the guy to do it. That's why they drafted him, for the speed. All right, let's move on. What's up, Tron? I see you, nice Nikki. Okay. So my next guy, my number 4 guy, is going to be Ricky Pearsall. So the reason why I'm bringing up Ricky Pearsall right now, guys, I understand you like, well, TD, Brock Purdy's going to be out for 4 to 5 weeks, and they bringing in Matt Jones. Who? Matt Jones. Who? Back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all on me, Matt Jones. Okay, that's fine. But let me tell you something about Matt Jones. So, you know, we know he struggled in New England. They had no speed burners. He needs speed burners. He needs Jalen Waddle. He needs Devontae Smith. He needs Jameson Williams. That's when Matt Jones was the best quarterback in college. But you asking him to throw to Thornton, who was drafted in the 1st round and can't even get open in Kansas City? So he didn't have no weapons. But as soon as you gave Matt Jones weapons, Matt Jones weapons, when you gave him Brian Thomas Jr., when you gave him Brenton Strange, when you gave him Christian Kirk, he was balling out. He unlocked Brian Thomas Jr. Trevor Lawrence haven't unlocked him. I don't think Brian Thomas Jr. has had over 8 fantasy points with Trevor Lawrence. But guess who he had 25 and 30 points with? Matt Jones. So what you think Matt Jones is going to do when Shanahan debated on who he's going to take between Trey Lance and Matt Jones? He didn't know. It was like, are we going to take Matt Jones or are we going to take Trey Lance? They took Trey Lance. It was a mistake. But Matt Jones, they do have him now. I'm not saying it's going to be a quarterback controversy, but I believe in Matt Jones, especially when you have a great offensive coordinator like Kyle Shanahan. So this is what I'm saying is going to happen. Matt Jones is about to be the streamer quarterback of the week. Now, that's my take. I could be wrong. Matt Jones could go out there and wet the bed. But I think Matt Jones is going to go out there and be hyper-targeting Ricky Pearsall, throwing it to Tongues, which is the backup tight end, and also hitting Jawan Jennings if he's active. And you know what Christian McCaffrey's going to do. It's Christian McCaffrey. So I'm trusting Matt Jones to give Ricky Pearsall his 10 targets. I'm trusting Matt Jones to give Ricky Pearsall his 10 targets. So I'm playing on Ricky Pearsall. Now, I'm not telling you just to put him in and put him over studs like Nico Collins. No, you don't put him in over studs like that, right? I'm trying to coach you up a little bit. Ricky Pearsall is a start, though, according to guys in his tier. Okay. Let's move on. Appreciate everybody being here. Let's get the likes up, fellas. We got 21 people in here. I see you, Big Will. Big Will in the house. I say Big Will in the house. Watch your mouth. What's up, bruh? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Tron Force, I see you. Guys, I'm going to get to the comments. I want to get to the content. I only got 5 guys, so I want to get to the comment, unless it's a super chat. And not saying I'm not going to get to my members. You know I'm going to get to my members first. Okay, so we done with Ricky Pearsall. We done with Jameson Williams. Let's move on to my number 3 guy. And this is my quarterback starter of the week. It's going to be Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott. Listen, I'm going to tell y'all the difference between my channel, and it ain't every channel, but the difference between Okay, we back. The difference between my channel and other channels is when I watched Dak Prescott play last week, he had a great game. But guess what? His fantasy points was like 10 points or something like that, 12 or 13. But Dak had one of his best games of his career because he played against a tough team. That's why I can have cutting edge content and I can make cutting edge starts and sits and cutting edge takes in the beginning of the season, because I'm not watching for fantasy points. I'm watching for production, and production is going to lead to what? Fantasy points. So I'm not going to chase, oh, he put up 30. That 30 was it was 2 targets. That 30 points was 2 targets. Dak Prescott played an amazing game. He had a lot of pressure on him and everything. So I believe playing against the New York Giants, who defense, they got a good pass rush, but Dak has owned, he's never lost to the New York Giants. He never lost to Daniel Jones. He never lost to Eli Manning. So with that saying, guys, I think Dak is going to have a wonderful game. He's going to be, we're going to be able to see the points manifest instead of just a great game in real football. George Pickens, some people are playing George Pickens. To me, I'm keeping George Pickens on the bench on my teams, but he still is a solid start because of Dak Prescott. And you know what, CeeDee Lamb, he's going to get 10 targets. I'm not starting no Javonte Williams, though. How you doing? Probably this weekend. I was going to come over there. When I'm done with this live, I'll be over there. So, yeah, guys, that's my lady who, I forgot, I don't know the name of it. But, yes, guys, Dak Prescott. So you should be starting him. Feel good about it this week. Don't want to trade him. You should, oh, I got Dak Prescott. This guy's going to be passing the ball a lot. Yes, Father 3. I thought Matthew Golden would have a breakout game. He had every opportunity. Jaden Reed went down in the first quarter. So this is what we have learned, and I don't want to get off topic, but this is what I want to speak of because I back Matthew Golden too. This is what we learned. No matter who are the targets in Green Bay, you cannot count on any of those wide receivers or tight ends on every week because there's too many mouths to feed. It's musical chairs. So Tucker Kraft was the guy. I think you can start Tucker Kraft because he at the tight end position, but we don't know who the number 1 guy is going to be. We don't know if it's going to be Romeo Doubs. We don't know if it's going to be Christian Watson when he come back. We don't know if it's going to be Jaden Reed if he comes back, if he don't get the surgery. We don't know if it's going to be Malik Heath. We don't know. But because Jaden Reed went down and Golden still only had like 2 targets after that. That's weird. So, bruh, anytime you're playing anybody from the Green Bay Packers on the offensive side for the wide receiver spot, it's volatile as hell. That's all. That's what I took from the game. And again, guys, you got to understand when you play fantasy, everybody's not gonna go for 10 or 20 points. That's why I was telling you to boom. A great team sometimes might have 8 points from a star, but it doesn't matter. Are you upset at Jamar Chase? I want to ask y'all that. Every time you get upset at a player, I'm gonna ask you this: are you upset at Jamar Chase? If you mad at Matthew, and I know I'm not talking to you, Big Wheel, or let me say, hold on, Tron, I'm sorry. Make sure. Yes, I'm not coming at anybody. But are you upset if Jamar Chase, because he only went for 5 points. So who said to play Jamar Chase? That's the attitude you got to have. These guys at any time can go for 5 points, but it don't matter. Why? Because the next guy's going to boom. I played Jacory Cross-Gamera in a few leagues. I'm not worried about it. Not because I got leagues. It's because I already know I got Derrick Henry coming. I got Lamar coming. I got Brock Bowers coming. So you better win. You better, because seeing that 2 points from Jacory don't mean that I'm going to lose this week. And same thing with y'all. It doesn't mean that you're going to lose. There you go. Rev Field said it. If they score, you're good. Otherwise, fade all Green Bay wide receivers. I agree. But Matthew Golden, I will stash him. I wouldn't drop him. But let me get back on target. I'm going to get back on target. Number 2. My number 2 guy is going to be David Njoku. Listen, guys. Hurl Fanning is a nice player. We all saw what Hurl Fanning could do. Even though he wasn't drafted in the first round. He don't have to be drafted in the first round. But this is what I'm telling you. David Njoku, and I can't, listen, all I can do is give you my breakdown. If I can't explain it for you to understand it, and that's fine. But David Njoku is a contestant catch type tight end, which is really good for quarterbacks. Sometimes in the NFL, these players are so damn good with their fundamentals, ain't gonna be no separation. Even if they not as fast as another guy, they know how to play, they know how to bump, they know how to put their hand down without getting a defensive pass interference. So you need guys who can catch contesting balls. Everybody's not gonna be running wide open like Tyreek Hill. So you got to be. So that's what David Njoku is, and then you can use Harold Fanning. And you know what Kevin Stefanski does? He did it with Austin Hooper and Hunter Bryant and David Njoku 3 or 4 years ago. So he's going to use multiple tight ends. But what I do not want, I think David Njoku is a multiple touchdown type guy because of his stature, the way they use him. So that's why I'm still trusting it. I still think I'm still betting on his talent. Even if he gets traded somewhere, I'm still betting on the talent. So that's why I want y'all to feel good if you got David Njoku. Don't be trying to get cute and bench David Njoku and pick up Hunter Henry. Hunter Henry's a good start, but I'm not going to bench David Njoku. I'm dancing with the girl that I came to the party with. I don't care if somebody told me that she don't look good. Oh, man, your girl over there, she ugly, bruh. She ain't cute no more. All right, that's what you said. I'm good. I'm still going home with that. What you going home with? Okay. All right, let's move on to the last guy. Then I'm gonna get to all the comments. Appreciate everybody being here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My number one guy is gonna be Trayvon Henderson. I've seen a lot of questions with people saying, "Hey, should I start Trayvon Henderson?" Listen, unless you got a bunch of talent on your team, Trayvon Henderson should be in at least a flex play. But I'm starting Trayvon Henderson. Do I got a lot of Trayvon Henderson? Not a lot, but the 2 or 3 teams that I do got him, I'm starting them. Because I don't really have a lot of players like a depth. I got depth on some teams, but I don't want too much depth because a lot of you, it seems to me that you be saying like, TD, should I start? And I'm being honest. Jerry Jeudy, Marvin Harrison Jr., like a bunch of players in the same tier. I'm like, bro, you're going to have this headache every week. And you're going to lose the game because you said you think you trying to make a starting and sit decision. And nobody's good enough to make the right start and sit. Sometimes the crazy stuff happen. You playing against the toughest defense. You playing against Green Bay and you go off. So it don't always happen with the matchups. So trust your guy and just play him, right? If you like him, what he looked like in the offseason, play the guy. So Trayvon Henderson, guys, I think it's going to be a big-time breakout. Is it going to be this week? It might not be. But eventually it's got to be because Antonio Gibson and Ramondre Stevenson had that chance and they went and got Trayvon Henderson and he had a tremendous camp and he had a tremendous preseason. So it's going to happen sooner than later. Yes, sir. Let's get the likes up, fellas. Appreciate it. Everybody being here. Okay. So let's go through the comments. Andre says, Olave or Ridley? I'm going with Ridley over Olave. Olave has target competition. I don't think Ridley has the target competition that Olave has. Olave has Shaheed, Alvin Kamara, Jawan Johnson. So I'm going to go with Ridley over Olave. George says, Bill killed me last. Okay, we did that one. Yeah, bruh. Bill killed me too, but I thought it was the right move. I focus on the right move. I'm not trying to run from anything. I just don't want to start nobody who don't get no targets. So if I start a dude and he only get 1 or 2 targets, like kind of like a Matthew Golden, I have to go down with that shit. Matthew Golden only got 1 or 2 targets, which is still weird because Jaden Reed went down. But hey, it is what it is. I feel bad when I tell y'all to play guys who don't get no targets. But when the guy is there and he's the alpha and he don't score a lot of points, it's the right move in my mind. Tron says, what up, TD? I have CMC. Would you hold on to Garendo or would you drop him for Tyler Algier as a stash? Yes, I would drop him for I would drop Garendo for Tyler Algier because I do believe Tyler Algier will have that whole backfield if anything happened to Bijan, knock on wood. If anything happens to Bijan, Tyler Algier got that by himself. Garendo is not going to have the whole backfield by himself with Brian Robinson. Big Will in the house. Father 3 says, okay, we did that one already. What's up, Brandon? Tron says, need a wide receiver and a flex this week. Tyreek, DK, Hunter, Kupp, Jalen Warren. So listen, I have to... We all know what's going on with Tyreek. So I'm going to take him out of this because I'm playing him off of the strength of it's Tyreek, and I draft him at the spot where I have to play him. That's the way I do it. But I'm just gonna give you clear cut in a vacuum the best player, because I don't think a lot of people can deal with baggage the way I can deal with baggage. So I'm not gonna put Tyreek in there, because if I say Tyreek, I don't want the rebuttal of, well, I knew better. He's did this. I don't look at fantasy that way, so I'm not gonna give it. So I'm giving you the preference right now, Tron, or how I'm telling you. Use everything that I'm telling you as you see fit. So I'm going with DK. DK is the alpha by himself. He got his second wide receiver is Calvin Austin. He got Aaron Rodgers, who had a 4-touchdown game. I believe nobody's really checking DK, so I'm gonna tell you play DK. But to me, you said you need a wide receiver in the flex. So it would be DK and Jalen Warren. Now, what I would do is I would play DK and Tyreek. But Tyreek doesn't look great right now, and it looks very terrible as a fantasy start. So I just want to preference that. Frizz, hey, I want to give you a shout out. Frizz was the first dude to tell me where I talked about Jameson Williams in the last video. Bruh, appreciate you. Yes, sir, Frizz. I see you. MVM in the building. RG says Pickens or Dunze. That's tough. I'm going to go with Dunze, because Dunze to me is the number one on that team, and he's evolving into that. DJ Moore is still getting targets, but don't be surprised if you see DJ Moore get traded throughout the season. That's just my 2 cents on that. But Dunze, I would say Dunze over Pickens, man. To me, man, I like to see, if I haven't seen you play good with a quarterback, I like to see it first. So that's why I'm telling you not to play Pickens. Pickens is a start. If you want to start Pickens, there's nothing wrong with that. But to me, I want to see him have a good game with Dak first. And then, okay, next week, I'm going to make that decision. Okay, Pickens had a good game with Dak. Is this the right matchup for Pickens? Is this the process? But I need to see it first. I don't got anything to grab right now other than Pickens is a jump ball guy and CeeDee Lamb getting 12 targets. So I need to see Pickens get some targets and flow within the game before I tell you to play him over a guy like Dunze, who is a first-round pick, a top 10 pick, and they trying to get him the ball. Cret says, what up, TD? What you think about Jalen Warren this week? I think he's a good starter. He's a flex play. He's going to get some targets out the backfield. He's going to protect Aaron Rodgers, so he's going to be getting a high percentage of snaps. Father 3 says, Pickens or Henderson in the flex. I'm going with Henderson over Pickens. Big Will says, Purdy is out for me. I drafted Caleb Williams and picked up Drake May. I got you. Also, Goff is on waivers. Best quarterback to start. I'm going to say Drake May going up against Miami this week. But remember, Big Will, I'm going to keep telling you this, bruh. I'm going to keep beating the dead horse. I don't want to play matchups. Get you one guy, and that's your guy. And then if he's playing bad, then you make a decision. But bruh, to play the matchups, man, it may seem like it makes sense, but to me, it doesn't make sense, because wait till Caleb Williams plays, somebody gonna play the Packers and somebody gonna have a big game. And I'm gonna say, well, was that the matchup that you played? No, it's not gonna be the matchup. So I want you to be able to get you one quarterback in a single quarterback league and just play him. To me, my guy right now is Drake May, and I'm not even trying to go to the waiver unless it's like maybe Pat Mahomes. Like, I understand what you're doing. Pat Mahomes is a good player. So it is some guys out there like Jared Goff who can push my starter. But you got to do your research in the offseason and flow with that guy. Because if you don't, bruh, every time, and I'm gonna use a relationship metaphor. Every time a girl comes up and say, hey, you like me? I want to sleep. Can I go home with you? You gonna go take every girl home with you that want to go home with you, bro? That ain't gonna be good, bro, because that ain't a good way to live a life, right? That's unhealthy, right? So you have to be able to say, no, I want her. What? I want her. Drake May. I want Drake May. Or I want Caleb Williams. That's my starter. I'm not gonna try to bring nobody else in, because I'm telling you, man, starts and sits is huge in fantasy football. And sometimes, you know what? Just being simple, not even being like you so super intelligent, just being simple-minded is the right play a lot of times. I'm not telling you Drake May is your guy, but to me, out of those guys, let's see here. See, I hate going down, guys. I lose my spot. But yeah, I would play. Big Will. Yeah, I would play Drake May going against Miami this week. Tron says Commanders haven't upgraded Brian Robinson and Bill. I agree. Bill. I agree. Big Will says Commanders game script was booty. Yeah, it kind of was. Like, why you didn't have Bill in the game? It didn't make sense to me. It didn't make sense. And Austin Eckler went down and they had like 3 or 4 more possessions and they still didn't put Bill in. I don't know what the hell was going on. George says, I'm currently losing by 10 points. I need Lamar to go off differently. And that's easy. That's why you drafted Lamar, for that boom. Paola said, what's up, brother? Hurts and Tracy for A-Train. Too much or not enough? Hurts and Tracy for A-Train. Long as you got another good quarterback, why not? You consolidating and getting an elite player like A-Train, who's almost game script proof because he can catch passes. We've seen it. We saw it last week. He's almost game script proof. He's not there yet. I haven't seen enough yet. He's not Alvin Kamara yet, but he's heading towards that trajectory. My second quarterback is Fields. Yes. Now listen, this is what I'm gonna tell you, Paola. You cannot be mad if Fields falls off. So you don't sit there and be, oh my God, I'm mad. Oh my God, I'm mad. Oh my God, I'm mad. Like, if you go and trade Hurts, you got to go down with the ship with Fields, and no complaining. Don't make moves and complain about it. We're not gonna do that on Fantasy Good Sports. That's one thing I cannot understand, even in my life. Like, if I make a mistake and I go to jail, I'm gonna be in jail laughing and smiling. Why? Because I own everything that I do. Listen, guys, I get angry, but I always can come back to what I said. I know what I said, and I'm not gonna do nothing stupid most of the time. I'm old enough now. I'm not doing nothing stupid where I'm gonna regret it. So stand on it. That's why I got all these sayings about dance with the girl that you came to the party with. Right? That's why I got all these things. Or go down with the ship. So if you trade Hurts, you got to be okay with Fields, whatever happens. So if he win, you made a great move. And if he go down and he ain't playing good, you got to be okay with that. You got to go to the waiver wire and keep it moving. That's what I want you to do, bro. So yes, that's a good move if you already got Fields as a backup. Big Will says, I agree, TD. Too many players. Okay, there we go. He says, I agree, TD. Too many players in the same tier is complicated. Yes, it just complicates things. That's all. You like, should I play this? I don't want to do that, man. I do it a little bit on some teams. I can't help it because sometimes guys break out. So you have to do it sometimes. But I'm not going to, like, hey, Jared Goff is there, and then Justin Fields is there, and then Caleb Williams is out there, and Lamar's out there, and Josh Allen's out there. Who should I get, TD? I'm like, damn, man, you trying to pick between 8 women? You want Margot Robbie, you want Janet Jackson, you want damn, bro, pick one. And I'm not talking to you, Big Will. I'm making an example, right? Pick one. I know Lil Wayne said, I wish I could be with every girl in the world. It don't happen that way. You can't get every quarterback. Every time a quarterback hit the waiver wire, you can't say, oh, what about him? Unless your quarterback is struggling. Okay, Paul. He said, oh, no, I'm going to stand on my decision. And listen, man, I'm going to tell you something. I'm not doing that to try to be funny. Brother, I love you saying that because that's not to try to help me out. I think that makes you a better fantasy player because you can be like, oh, I know what I did. Yeah, I know I did that guy. And in making a sharp decision and standing on it, it manifests as great things, bro. That's why we, as men, when we stand on something, it don't look good. And I hate to go to this. Y'all know how I am. But y'all remember the 3 Little Pigs? That's the example they trying to teach kids to stand on what you're doing. Right? Stand on it. The 3 Little Pigs, the guy that he built a brick house. Like, I'm good. I'm whatever happens, I'm good with that. Right? So whatever decision you make, be okay with whatever happens with that. It doesn't always have to be something good. Okay. Let me go back up, guys. I think I already got all the members. Okay. If I skipped over you guys, it's not I'm doing it on purpose. I skipped because I'm going to answer my members' questions first. That's why I always advise y'all become a member of the channel. If other than that, I'm going to skip or let you super chat. Yep, Manuel says 100. Andre says, what up, TD? Nifty in the building. I think I did Andre already. He said Alavia Ridley. I went with Ridley. Nice Nicky says they trade Robinson because he lost his vision. He ran into the lineman instead of the hole. Right. But he's a good back. He runs hard. Nick says, thoughts on Nick Chubb. I thought week 1 was promising for him coming back from injury. Now listen, nice Nicky, if you don't have another running back and you have to go to Chubb because you're in a 16-team league, yeah. But if you're in a 10-team or 12-team league, or I say a 12-team league, you might have to use Nick Chubb. But bro, what is your running backs in a 12-team league? Like, Nick Chubb is okay if you don't have any other running backs, but I will go to the waiver wire, man, and try to find somebody, man. But if you have to start Nick Chubb, it's fine. He's a solid starter. He's going to get you 10 to 15 carries and maybe get you a fall-in touchdown. So that's decent. But you need somebody with a little bit more upside. Got a new member in the building. Frizz, what's up, bruh? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Guys, let's get the likes. So we got 40 people in here, and we only got 24 likes. Come on now. Rail Field says, if they score, you good. Otherwise, fade all Green Bay's wide receivers. I agree. Frizz says, safe to drop Matthew Golden to Stash Strange. I got Hannon. I think you meant Fannin and Juwan. Yes. If you need to make a move, go ahead and drop Golden. You can't wait on them. So if you need, well, okay, you said it's safe to drop Matthew Golden to Stash Strange. I got her. Okay, let me ask you this right here. This is a teacher moment, Frizz. Why you got all those tight ends for? Are you trying them out like you got 3 girlfriends and you don't know which one you're going to marry? Bruh, I'm going to tell you like your father would tell you, you need to make a decision. Go ahead and have your fun. You've been picking them up all year long, having your fun. But you got to make a decision one day, bruh, because you can't handle 3 women. You can't handle 3 tight ends. There's too many. Pause. But you can't handle 3 tight ends, bro. It's too much. Go get Strange if you want Strange. If you want some Strange, go get you some Strange. But you're going to have to make a decision on Hannon or Juwan. You're going to have to drop one of those guys. I think you should hold on Matthew Golden for the rookie upside that he's going to present in the different quadrants. Right now, we in the first quadrant and don't look good. But remember, I talk about quadrants because players evolve. So maybe in the 3rd, 4th quadrant, maybe they find a number 1 and target him a little bit more. So you want to hold on to Golden for that. But if you don't have to, you don't have to do that. But when it comes to tight ends, I'm not going to drop Golden just to get another tight end that I'm never going to really play. You got 3 tight ends that you're trying to play, and I understand you want to see who's going to evolve, just like a girlfriend. So, who's going to be good? Sometimes, bro, you got all the data you need. You're going to have to make a decision because you're holding up your lineup. You're getting rid of things that can help you down the line. So I will hold on to Golden and get rid of one of those tight ends. You make that decision. TS says, what's going on, TS? He says, flex, PPR, DJ Moore, Ted, Montgomery, or Sampson. I like DJ Moore and Tet, but they don't have a clear role all the way. Tet does have a nice role, but I need to see a little bit more from my guy Bryce Young, and I was on Bryce Young. So guys, if he don't hit, that's a miss for me. I think he's mentally strong. I think he's gonna come back and push the ball downfield. But I'm gonna say Sampson with no Quinshawn Judkins playing and him being out for 4 weeks. I think he's gonna have to get a 4-week suspension. So I'm gonna go with Sampson with the running back because I believe that they might get him a fall-in touchdown because especially if he starts playing well and you playing against Baltimore where they probably gonna be down. So let's say Sampson catches another 6 passes. That's 6 points for 30 yards receiving. That's another 3 points. And then he get a fall-in touchdown. Now he's a top 12, top 24 running back. So I'm gonna go with Sampson because of the running back. DJ Moore and Tet hasn't did enough yet for us to say, oh yeah, that's easy. Montgomery, I'm not worried about no Montgomery. I'm fading him. Maybe he might have the best points, but I don't care. And sometimes y'all might be like, TD, what? He had the most points though. Some people are traps. Montgomery is a trap. He ain't got no upside. He ain't gonna get no carries over on Jahmyr Gibbs and they sit Jahmyr Gibbs down because Montgomery is running better than him. No. So why you want to run it back like that? Why you want a woman that's 500 pounds just because she's willing to go home with you? Right? Well, no, man, that's a trap, man. Go get you a star. Go get you a star. Kyle says, I trade Pickens, Franklin, and a 3rd for A.J. Brown and a 6th. If you winning this year, yes, that's a good move. But if you're trying to build for the future, that's a bad move. A.J. Brown is on the other side of the hill. He's still a good player, but he's going to be spotty because this team is a championship team. They don't need nobody to hit all the time. It's kind of like Green Bay. And I'm not saying they exactly like Green Bay, but it's kind of like Green Bay. So, what's all right, bro? You safe. So, if you trying to win this year, A.J. Brown is the move. Go ahead and make that move if you're trying to win this year. Cal says, I trade... Okay, yeah, we get the same question. All right, we did RG. Manuel says, I have Loveland but don't want to start him. Should I drop him or Mims to pick up Strange to start as my tight end? Okay, so you're trying to start Strange. I would drop Mims right now because you can go back and get him. And I know that's not something that I'm not applying a logic that you can apply every time. But I'm just looking at it. I don't want Mims. Nobody in my league is going to pick up Mims on these roster spots. So let him go, and then you can come back and get Mims later. Let's get the likes up, fellas. So I would drop Mims and go get Strange and start him. Craig says, what up, TD? What do you think about Jalen Warren this week? I love him as a flex play. I'm starting him on all my flex plays. He needs to be on the field. He's got a starting role. Now, Kenneth Gainwell is getting carries. But Jalen Warren, to me, is still the guy. He's the best pass protector. Even though Kenneth Gainwell is a good pass protector, too. But Warren, to me, is the guy. Glenn says, drop Thornton for Cup. No. Thornton, you talking about the guy from the Raiders? No, don't drop him. I was talking about Thornton, not the rookie, but the wide receiver that the New England Patriots drafted like 4 years ago as a track star, and he never did anything. But no, don't drop Thornton for Cup. Thornton is a third or fourth quadrant guy. Cup, this is his time. If he don't do nothing in the first 8 weeks, I don't know if Cup might retire. What's up, Glenn White? No Cap says Matthew Golden ain't quite the alpha yet. I agree. Needs time, more of a stash. Green Bay runs the ball a lot. Right, No Cap. That's what it is right now. That's what I found out last night. They don't need no wide receiver, so it's going to take a while. So if you got to drop them to move on to make your team better, that's okay, too. Scott says Commanders traded Robinson too soon. I thought about that, too. I thought about that, Scott. Reb says, I think Golden would be better if Green Bay is playing from behind. Maybe you're right. Maybe they don't play from behind all year. That defense is right. Sean Wood says, does D-Hop have anything left? Yes. He's a bye week start. I'm not starting him in a regular week with no bye weeks. It's Brody says, yo, TD, what's good, bro? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing great, bro. It's Brody says, seeing as how I managed to pop by, what are your thoughts on DJ Moore and Cortland Sutton this week? I love Cortland Sutton. He's the #1 possession wide receiver for that team, so he's going to get 8 to 10 targets. So I love Cortland Sutton. I'm starting him over DJ Moore. DJ Moore is a great athlete. I would love to see DJ Moore out on a team that needed him. To me, man, I don't want to pick. It's like the Green Bay situation. I'm done with it. No more Matthew Golden stars for me. I need to see 2 weeks of boom. I don't care if Matthew Golden goes off for 20 points 1 week. I need to see it 2 weeks in a row. Same thing with DJ Moore. I need to see them make sure that he's getting the targets and they looking for him in the red zone. I don't want no wide receiver where I got to get lucky to get points because there's too many good wide receivers out there, and that's what Golden was yesterday. I apologize to anybody that I told them star Golden. And DJ Moore, that's still what he is to me. Cortland is the guy who's going to get #1 targets on his team. All the other wide receivers are very young. Franklin is young. Mims is young. Pat Bryant is young. Solo's Music in Short says Pickens got the Giants, though. He does, but I'm not just going to tell you to play him. I just don't feel... I mean, listen, guys, play him. He got a good matchup. Dak Prescott going to throw the ball 40 times probably. I'm just not going to tell you just to play Pickens because I need to see it. I need to see some alpha target. I need to see 7, 8 targets. And then next week, we can make a different assessment. I have to use some data input, right? I can't just go off, well, let me see what my stomach tells me. My stomach tells me to play Tyler Lockett. I can't do that every time. Sometimes I do that because I don't know who's going to be that guy, and I have to just make a decision. Cal said, I trade Pickens, Franklin. Okay, we did that one already. No Cap says, TD, what's up, bro? What are your thoughts on Fannin Jr.? I think Fannin Jr. is going to be a tight end who's going to get targets on his team. It's going to be a 2 tight end system. Fannin's going to be okay. He can be a top 24, top 14 type tight end. Would he have some top 5 weeks? I don't know. If he happens, then I have to reassess, and maybe I do start fading Njoku. But right now, Njoku still is the guy. I'm looking at Jamar Chase and Njoku as the same type of situation, not player situation. Are you going to bench Jamar Chase because Chase Brown played better than him? No. You're still going to play Jamar Chase. So I'm still going to play David Njoku until I see something different. Got a super chat. Chef Boy says, should I trade CMC and Mark Andrews for Trey McBride? Javonte Williams and the Pittsburgh defense leaning towards yes. Should I trade CMC and Mark Andrews for Trey McBride, Javonte Williams? No, because the only player you're getting, bro, is Trey. Javonte going to be, bro, Javonte is not going to be the starter all year. If he is, I will apologize, and that's going to be one of my misses. I'm not worried about no Javonte Williams. That was Jalen Carter getting kicked out of the game, the reason why Javonte had those 2 rushing touchdowns. And that's all he had was 2 rushing touchdowns. He didn't have no yards. He didn't have no big play. So, no, I'm keeping CMC. And I'm not trading no CMC to get Trey McBride. If it was Trey McBride and Jameson Williams and another piece, not a defense, like a side like Chuba Hubbard, then yeah. But I'm not trading no CMC for no chopped liver. Appreciate you, Chef Boy. Appreciate you being here. Big Wheels, okay, we did that one already. Tron says, Commanders haven't upgraded Brian Robinson and Bill. Yep. Big Wheel says, the Commanders game script was booty. Freedom Ministries 3 says, Jalen Warren or Trey Benson. I'm going to go with Jalen Warren over Trey Benson. Kyle says, I trade Pickens, Franklin's, and a third. Okay, we did that one already. George says, I'm currently losing by 10 points. I need Lamar to go off. We did that one already, but yes, he's going to, Lamar going to go off. It's Lamar Jackson. Is Brody says, you all sub to this channel. This channel is a W. Yes, sir. Thank you, Brody. No Cap says, May or Penix. Which is your girl, TD? I love that, No Cap. I love that. I'm going to go with May for Miami. If Penix balls out again, then maybe it might be Penix. But I'm going to go with May because of the Miami situation. Cal says, I trade Pickens, Franklin. Okay, we did that one already. Frizz says, Drake, May, or Justin Fields rest of the season. Right now, man, I got to go with Justin Fields. He balled out week 1. Me, I'm a Drake May guy, but I'm not going to be biased. The way Justin Fields balled out, we have to go and try to use him until we see something different. So going into this week, he's a top 5 quarterback. Play him. Hopefully you drafted those guys. If you didn't, that's a nice pickup. Justin Fields looked good. You have to go get that type of guy if he's sitting out there on the waivers because he's the top 5 guy. We know what Justin Fields' rushing upside can do at any point in time, so I get that. Like I said, in certain situations, it's going to be different. You can't apply the same science to every single problem. You got to use different formulas. Kyle, I love you. Don't spam the chat like that. You know I'm going to get to your question, bro. You put it in there like 6-7 times, bro. Come on now. You know I'm going to get to your comments, guys. So I just don't want y'all to spam the chat because I do this on purpose. I read through all the comments much as I can. Right now, if I was telling you at the end, hey, guys, I got to go, and you do that makes sense. But you're doing it from the beginning, bro. It just makes it harder for me to move through the comments. Right? That's why I'm even saying that. I'm not trying to nitpick you. Appreciate you, bro. I love you. Kale says, Joe Burrow or Justin Fields week 2. Joe cost me week 1. Yes, and it doesn't matter. Kale, this is what I'm talking about. Joe Burrow is an optimal Super Bowl type quarterback, bro. You got to play Joe Burrow. But if you want to play Justin Fields, you do that. But I'm going to try to remember, if you come in here next week and say, who did I play, Joe Burrow and Justin Fields? I'm like, bro, we're not going to do this all week. And I'm not doing it to be funny. I'm doing it because I want to coach you up to using one quarterback. Now, if this was Drake May, I would break. I'm like, yeah, I understand. This is Joe Burrow. This is Joe Burrow. You really, so that meaning you willing to sit Lamar if Lamar have a bad game, ain't you? Or Josh Allen. Josh Allen had 3 bad games in a row a couple years ago. We know that, but he still was a top 2 quarterback. So I just don't want you to play, man, because we don't never know who's gonna do what. We don't. It ain't always about the matchup. Sometimes it is, but rarely it's always about the matchup. Paola says, I'm gonna pick Margot in that instance. I love it. I love it. I love it. Frizz says, if you got too many players in one tier, combine them to get yourself a player in a higher tier. Come on now. Shh. Come on, Frizz. Come on, Kyle. You know better than that, bro. You know better than that. Derek Buck says, are we still going with Tyreek over Keenan Allen this week? Well, Derek, this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to break it down for me and to you. I'm going to be professional. Professional, don't start no Tyreek Hill. It doesn't look good. Miami looks terrible. Go with Keenan Allen, who had a good game and is a PPR monster. Me personally, I'm starting Tyreek. Now, does that mean I'm not going to start Keenan Allen? No, that's depending on my team. So I want to distance. That's how I'm going to circumvent this. This is how I'm going to split it down the middle. What I would do, I'm playing Tyreek. What you should do, what I should tell you to do as a professional is go with the best situation, and that's Keenan Allen. Got another super chat from Frizz. Appreciate you, bruh. He says, I got Mary. Someone dropped May for Fields. Do I pick up May to stash as a backup? Or I would have to drop Matthew Golden. Yes, I would do that. Kyler Murray, we don't know what he's going to be. So that's a quarterback that's in that tier where we trying to see if he's going to get back as a top 5 guy. We don't know with this new offense, with the play action, Marvin Harrison. So, yes, I would back up Drake May because Drake May can outplay Murray. But Drake May or Murray can outplay no Joe Burrow or no Lamar Jackson or no Josh Allen or no Jalen Hurts. But that other tier with Murray, yes, Drake May could outplay him and he could be your starter. So I can understand in week 2 why you trying to see what you're trying to do. So I want this to make sense to everybody. I want everybody to understand. I don't want you to think that I'm just, sometimes I pick, sometimes I don't. No, that's not. It is somewhat of a science to this. Somewhat as a science. But yes, I would go and definitely pick May as a backup. Yeah, appreciate the super chat, bruh. Let's see. Jose, what's up, Jose? He says, I need one flex. Bucky, Breach, Tech McMillan, or Pearsall. You got to go with Bucky Irvin. You got to go with Bucky Irvin all day long. Okay, there we go. Somebody call my phone. But yeah, I'm going with Bucky. Kyle says, you play Shakir over Quentin Johnson. So it depends on what you need, Kyle. Do you need Boone? If you're trying to score a lot of points because you're going against some studs like Lamar and Brock Bowers and Jamar Chase, then yes, I will go with Quentin Johnson for the upside and be okay if he only gives me 3. But if you just need 10 points, I just need 10 points because I need 10 points, TD, then go with Shakir. He's just one of the safest wide receivers in the whole game. Very, very safe. He's probably more safe than Jamar Chase. I know that sounds crazy. Jamar Chase got all the boom in the world, but I'm talking about safe. Just getting a couple of targets underneath to give me some points. Khalil Shakir gonna do that every game unless he's hurt. Lawrence Turkey says Trayvon Henderson or Ricky Pearsall. I'm going with Trayvon Henderson. I'm going with the running back. Fritz says, my bad, I thought I've been a member. Oh, it's all good, bro. It's all good. He said, was going to sell them high to the teams who are hurting at tight end, to be honest. That's what I thought. Okay. Steven Wynn, what's up, bro? Njoku or Fannin? I have both. Who should I drop? That's rough. I'm going to tell you today. It could change tomorrow. It could change after Sunday. I'm going to tell you to drop Fannin. I'm not going to tell you to drop Njoku, but that doesn't mean I'm right. A lot of guys in here, man, are very intelligent. They've been telling me a lot about Fannin. I saw his game script. I saw the targets. I saw him play. I saw him play in college. I saw him. He got great moves. He's like Njoku. I mean, not Njoku, but Jonnu Smith. So I get it. But I'm not going to tell you to drop no Njoku. Maybe I'm biased, and I accept that. I accept that. Like I said, Kyle, Shakir's the safe place, the safe guy, and Quentin Johnson is the upside, but can give you a low floor. Ian Taylor, what's up, bruh? Lennon Perez says Ferguson, Fannin, or Jawan. I'm going with Ferguson. I'm sorry. Ferguson got a deal. Ferguson was a good tight end last year. Been a perennial round top 7 type tight end. Been in the top 5 a couple times. I'm going with Ferguson over Fannin and Jawan. And all 3 of those tight ends are good starts this week. All 3 of them. Chef Boy. He says, bro, should I trade CMC and Mark Andrews for Trayvon? Okay, we did that one already. No, I wouldn't do that one. Cret says, got an interesting starting 6. Flex Pickens, stack with Dak, Travis Hunter, or Sampson. I'm flexing Sampson over Pickens. Yep, I'm flexing Sampson over Travis Hunter and Pickens. With no, with the rookie running back being out, the other rookie running back. I can't think of his name right now. Got so much going on. People calling my phone. Hennessy Black, what's up, bruh? He says Commanders' issue is they have no identity. Even if they had Robinson, they wouldn't use him according. I agree with that somewhat. Dobbs is the safest green. He's the safest. It might not be the best, but he's the safest. I agree with that, Hennessy. DeAndre Swift season said, you giving away CMC? Hell no. Nah, I ain't giving away CMC, but I swap him out for something nice, but I ain't going to give him away. Big facts. Adams, what's up? Well, not Adams, Adam. What's up, Adams? He says Garrett and Tyler Warren for St. Brown. It depends on what you got, bro. I don't know enough about that team to make that decision. But just in a vacuum for Garrett Wilson and Tyler Warren, I think it's a little bit of an overpayment because Garrett already is a top 5 type guy. And then you got Tyler Warren, who's a top 5 guy to get St. Brown, who's on a committee. I don't know about that in a vacuum. Hey, bro, this is who stars in the flex? Hampton, Wilson, Sutton, Connor, or DK? Is that Garrett Wilson? I'm starting Garrett Wilson over Hampton, Sutton, Connor, and DK because Garrett Wilson was like a top 5 wide receiver. I wasn't big on Garrett Wilson in the all season, but when she put out some data, I have to respond to the data. And the data says at his level, with his deal, the many years as he's been in there, watching him play, I'm going with Garrett Wilson over Hampton, who's still in the committee. Najee Harris is still getting snaps. Sutton is a good wide receiver. He's safe. He's a good player. I want to say Sutton, but I can't put Sutton over Wilson. Wilson is here. Sutton is there. DK and Garrett is the same player, but why not go with Garrett where we saw that he was the number 1 wide receiver and they had a great game against a good defense. Connor is a great RB2. But Wilson is a number 1 wide receiver, a top 5 wide receiver. CK says, anyone starting Charbonnet? I'm starting Charbonnet in a Vampire League. Hennessy Black says, the Commanders are untrustable in fantasy because you don't know where they're going to get from any of them week to week, except Debo and Ertz right now. I would say except for Debo and Jaden McDaniels. I don't know. I think he left. DeAndre Swift season says Penix could be an every week starter. He has great starters with B. John rushing, can open up the passing game, big on Mooney. So when he's playing, especially Penix is fire. I can't disagree with that. It looks like that's a trend. I'm looking for one more game, bro, before I go to Penix to that well. Martin Torres, what's up, bro? Kyle says Shakir. Okay, we did that one. You good? It's all good, Kyle. DJ says, what up, bro? What's up? Tom says Pacheco or Sampson? Sampson all day. Nick Naylor says star 1 between Pickens, Adam Coleman, and Javonte Williams. I'm going with Keon Coleman over Pickens and Adams and Javonte Williams. DJ says choose 2. Tech McMillan, DK, J-Mo, or really. I'm going with DK and J-Mo. Leo says Tracy Jr. or Jordan Mason. I'm going with Jordan Mason. B. Silver says in the Superflex League, play 2 quarterbacks. I got Dak, Geno, Flacco, Mac Jones on waivers. Stay put. You got play 2 quarterbacks. I got Dak, Geno, and Flacco. Yeah, I would stay put. You good. I would play Dak and Geno. Mark said, should I trade wide receiver T. Higgins from Cincinnati for wide receiver? Yes, I would do that. I would want a little bit more with the T. Higgins, but if I had to go straight up, I would do that. That's more me personally. But both of these guys kind of in the same situation right now. But I like J-Mo a little bit better than T. But it's almost a tomato. They both are number 2 wide receivers that they got good quarterbacks. CK says sell extra high on Debo if you could, because we know Debo can miss some games. So it depends on who you're getting. If you're getting a real top of the line, consistent wide receiver like a Lad McConkey or something, I would do that. But I'm not going to do it just for a guy that had one good week. It's got to be a guy that's been playing in the league for a while that I know is going to be great. Like an Amon-Ra St. Brown. I would do it for that, maybe. Elite says start ETN or Hubbard. I'm going with Hubbard. Cretch says, haha, all good. Appreciate you, TD. Anytime. Eduardo says, I bench Swift for Krosky. Hey, bro, it's all good. I get it. It's just one mistake. It ain't a mistake. You made the call. Krosky supposed to have been out there. It wasn't a bad call. I would tell you if I thought it was a bad call. Maybe other people might think it was. But no, bro, it's all good. Don't worry about that, man. That's spilt milk. Go to the store and get you another thing of milk, man. That milk is gone, man. You got a job. You gonna make more money. We got 14 more weeks to go. We got 14 more weeks to go. It doesn't matter. Maybe 13 weeks. Bola says, appreciate you being here. He says, J-Mo or Coleman, bless up, King. Yes, sir. I'm going with Keon Coleman on this one. Keon Coleman got the sauce right now. Tom Burton says, buy Bill after last night. Yes. That Fantasy Network. What's up, Terrence? What's up, bruh? He says, Penix earned my certified quarterback and a big-time thrower badge as a prospect. I drafted a good amount while others were passing on him. Okay. Bro, them badges, I see them now. You manifesting with them. DeAndre Swift says, thoughts on Tyquan Thornton? Jag for deep leagues. Okay, deep leagues, yes. He is a good for deep leagues. Should have had 150 yards week 1 and gets the Adoree Jackson matchup, who is not a great DB lately. No Worthy and Warriors. Yeah, I get that. I understand that for a deep league, I don't think that's a bad play. Anytime, Tom. D-Take said, what's good, bro? What's good with you? Miracle Baller says, I started building mini leagues. It's all good. It's all good. What's going on with you, Miracle Ballers? And last one, D-Take says, Tillman or Butte? I'm going with Butte over Tillman. DeAndre Swift season says, buying heavy Ridley now. I can't buy on him. To me, I feel like I'm buying on. It's almost like I feel like I'm dating a girl that is a little bit over the hill, but everybody kind of like Joan. What's her name? Her mama. What's her mom name? Her mom was very, very famous, but she's beautiful, got a great body, but she's like 50. It's almost like, yeah, she cute. Ross, Tracy Ellis Ross. Yeah, she's cute, bro, but she's 40. She's 50 years old. She can't. I'm not gonna go there. I'm good. I don't want to buy on Ridley, but who knows? Who knows, right? He really could break out because I do like Cam Ward. Hennessy Black says David Montgomery or Coleman. I'm going with Coleman. Miracle Baller says live, learn, and grow. Yes. Donna Ross. There you go, D-Tate. Baller says laughing my ass off. Preach. You know it. Joan bad, though. She is, bro. Listen, but Calvin Ridley for 2 weeks is different than I'm picking him up and trading for him. If you trade, that's like a marriage. You trading for that guy? You trading for that girl? Like, that's almost like a marriage. So I want to be able to have a family. I want kids and all of that. And I don't know if I can do that with Tracy Ellis Ross. And she is bad. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Bad body. Woo. I got to focus. I got to focus on the content. I'm into Cougars anyway. I am too, bruh. I'm into Cougars too. I love Cougars. But I'm trying to start a family too. And I can't start a family with too many Cougars. Some Cougars can't have no babies, bruh. I'm sorry. If I'm out of pocket, guys, I apologize for all the ladies. I use that example, but I think my ladies, they laugh at it too. They don't take it personal because I don't disrespect any women on this channel. But I do make examples because I'm a man and that's how I see women, right? I have to make decisions. I'm a single man now, right? Big Will said, you crazy, TD. I am, bruh. You didn't know it? I was raised up in the Looker house. Where all the talk, that's why I got all these sayings, bruh. D-Tay says understood. Nick Naylor says Coleman, Hill, or Hunter. I'm going with Coleman as a professional, but me personally, I want to get Hill into my lineup, but that's me personally. So I'm going to say Coleman. Derek Buck says pick 2 to start, Swift, Tracy, or Mason. I'm going to go with Swift slightly over Mason. BT laughing, D-Tay, y'all laughing. Miracle Ballers laughing. Jay Moore says, who your biggest boom player this week? I haven't looked, bruh. I'm not going to sit here and make that call right now because I don't have the data in front of me. But I will be looking for that. But off the top of the dome, bruh, let me think. I'm going to go with Trayvon Henderson against Miami. I'm going with Trayvon Henderson. And Justin Serm said, what's up, bruh? All right, guys, well, I'm going to get ready to get out here. Thank y'all for tuning in. Hey, this is Fantasy Good Sports, guys. I'm so proud of y'all, guys. My channel, okay, people calling my phone. So, guys, I'm so proud of y'all, guys, man. Y'all been supporting me. Look at the channel, guys. It's growing, and it's growing from the mud. I haven't did no SEO stuff. Now, I do a little bit of research how to, do my titles, but it's growing from the mud. I'm out here, no editing, just straight. Hey, pick this player, pick that player, pick this player. And guess who trusts me? Y'all guys trust me. I do this for y'all guys, not for the money. I do want to do this full time because I love doing it. If I could make $40,000 a year and that's all I can make, I would do it full time and just save my money. Maybe do a couple little side jobs. So I do this for y'all guys, and I appreciate y'all guys coming in here and supporting me. Everybody doubted me and my family when I told them I wanted to do this. They knew I knew football, but they thought I needed to have a bunch of money and I needed to be this and I needed to be that. Even people have left out of my life because I chose this. I said what I said. I went through a lot in the off season. It's because of people. I chose this. I chose to do my own content. I want to be successful one day. I want to be the first person in my family to be able to live life to the fullest as a black man. And so I want to just tell y'all guys, I appreciate y'all. That's why I take y'all comments so serious. I know you be like, TD, it's just YouTube. No, I care. I'm telling you, a lot of people don't understand. When people don't care, they don't give a damn. If a homeless man right now say, hey, you ugly, I'ma laugh at him because I don't give a damn what his opinion is. But if y'all come on here and try to disrespect me in ways that's weird, when I've given everything that I got, I try to get to everybody comment. I take it serious because I don't play games in my life. Now I do joke. Life is lighthearted. You have to take stuff lighthearted, but I don't play no games. I don't disrespect nobody in here. So yes, sir. Miracle Baller says, follow your passion. Yes, sir, Miracle. J Moore says, I agree with you on Henderson. I'm firing him up this week. Nate says, chill. What chill for what, bruh? This is me. What I need to chill for, bruh? This is me. I gotta have passion. What, you want me to just go out here and just say everything is cool and everything is okay? I don't. All right, I'm gone. I'll hit you up. Oh, you leaving? Yeah. Okay, you want me to hit you up on Facebook? Yeah. Okay, that's what I do. Dante says 100, gotta follow your passion. Yes, sir. Nothing happened. Oh, what happened? I'm not gonna get into that. That's the past. People just, I'm gonna tell you this. There's people doubting me. People saying that this channel is not gonna amount to nothing. Why won't you talk about stuff in your hometown? Nobody cares about fantasy football. Don't nobody around here, oh, you think you know everything. All my life, but guys, I've always been doubted. And that's why I'm so damn confident, because everybody told me I wasn't gonna be nothing, and I've been winning my whole life. They said I was gonna be slow. I'm one of the top. I finished in my math scores. It was one of the top in the state. Right? I was an ugly duckling coming up. Girls wasn't talking to me. I got in middle school. All the women wanted me. I'm a winner, and I'm not bragging. It's just I'm winning. I like to see people win, and I like to seeing people make major moves. Yes, sir, D-Tate. Hunter and Brandon says, let have a moment of silence in the memory of Charlie Kirk. I agree with that. I don't know if you thought I was gonna be mad at that, because I don't agree with nobody. I don't want nobody to die. I don't care what they said. I haven't even been keeping up with that stuff. D-Tate says pick 2 RBs. This is the last one. Pick 2 RBs to start: Mason, Henderson, K9, or Hampton. I'm going with Henderson. and Mason. Dante Kelsey said, TD, I have Javonte Williams on the bench, but want to sell high on him. Who should I target? I don't know, bruh. Javonte Williams. Who could you get for Javonte Williams? I don't know, man. I want to just tell you anybody. I'm going to have to come back to that. I just don't have enough data to make that. I don't have enough players listed to give you the right answer. I'm not just going to tell you somebody. But I like Jameson Williams. I like him. I like Ibuka. If you can get somebody like that, if you needed a wide receiver. Fred says, would you start Juwan or Fannin this week? Probably Juwan. How do you feel about JCM moving forward? I'm keeping them and I'm playing them next week. I'm probably gonna play it. If they activate a couple guys or something and it gets weird, I might hold off just to see what happens. Well, he's trying to trade. He can trade right now. So George says drop Javonte Williams. He is a bum. And I don't want to call nobody. He's not a bum. He's not an upper tier player. But I would try to trade and get something. So you got the right mindset. You have the right mindset. He said, thank you. I was thinking of J-Mo. Okay. All right, guys. Y'all be safe. I'll see y'all guys later. Peace.